What's up? It's February 24th, and yeah, I just finished writing another song for God I Want You. Right now it's just 3 tracks. It's a drum track, the cheesy organ sound that I've been using for most of this, and I did do some bass, but I don't know if I need it. I'll come back to it. I think right now what I'm trying to do is just hit each part of the movie that needs music with something that at least is a pretty good starting place. And I might come back to it, I am going to come back to it, but I might take things away or add to it or change things. But right now it's just about getting something out there. So, I don't know. I'm feeling pretty good about this stuff. Again, it's kind of fun to lock myself into particular sounds, staying within like a universe of like, oh yeah, churchy sounds or cheesy organ stuff, like that kind of stuff. Other than the title song, I haven't done any more sampling, but I'll probably do that soon. We'll see. I'll play around with it. The thing I did just write. So, I said I had the 3 tracks, but what I'm thinking of doing, one of the things that I love in any music that I've heard, it's usually indie music, but something I love is children's choirs. And I'm talking like more 60s, 70s, like there's some Ennio Morricone stuff that has that kind of stuff, and I love it. But that stuff's copyrighted, and I don't want to get in trouble with that. So I might just try sampling some stuff off of YouTube of like unknown or not copyrighted recording of these children choirs and try to sample it into some places and, not feature it necessarily, but have it in there. Just because I love it, and I think it would fit with the theme pretty well. Also, if you can see it, I have a big old furniture pad back there hanging and a microphone. That's because I had my friend Job come over yesterday, and we worked on some music together. We tracked some vocals for a song that we worked on called Starlight. Lightspeed. Yes, Lightspeed. He's a great singer. He makes it easy. We wrote that on an MPC Live 2 back in November of last year, and we were just sitting at his kitchen table and had the MPC Live 2, and then like a MIDI keyboard to kind of be able to kind of play at the same time and figure things out. And I think we wrote the original track with the vocals. We also had my SP404 Mark II and had a 58 plugged directly into that going into the MPC, and we tracked some vocals, and that was back in November. And it was funny because, we exported like a demo of it, which is on my Patreon. I think you have to pay for any... Okay, let me talk about my Patreon for a second. So I use Patreon to just kind of upload all my demos because I make demos all the time. And I try to just be like, you know what? If you want to support me, you can. But all of my demos, I've decided, should be free. Anyone can just subscribe for free and whatever. There's a couple of people that pay $1 a month, which I think I get like 40 cents of each dollar that comes in. So 80 cents a month for me right now. So making some real money right now. But any demos I make with other people, whether it's with John and Sunmates or whatever we call our band. I don't even want to call it a band anymore. That and like stuff with Job. I don't want that to just be free for anyone to listen to because, other people are involved, and it's not that I want to make money off of it, but I just don't want that to be like something that people can just listen to because I respect that stuff, and I want there to be some kind of like, oh, you can't just listen to what we're working on unless you support that. Not that that matters. Not that I'm again not trying to make money off of that, but more just like, trying to have a little bit of separation between. I don't care if anybody listens to my stuff, but other stuff that I work on with other people, I don't want it to just be like open for whatever reason. I don't even know if that makes sense. It actually kind of sounds weird now that I say it out loud because technically I'm making money off of it, but I'm pretty sure no one listens to it, so that's fine. Can't remember what I was talking about. We made Lightspeed in Job's kitchen just like in an hour and a half maybe, and we did the vocals, like the scratch vocals on the 404 into the MPC, and made a quick demo for that, and then Job sent it to some of his friends that also does music and was like, hey, what do you think of this? And they liked it, but they were just like, yeah, the vocals are a little, there's not, it needs to be EQ'd and all this stuff. And I was just like, for me, it felt pretty good because I was like, this was like no production whatsoever outside of an MPC and just like having fun playing music with a friend. And the demo vocals are literally just like, I think I had an amp simulator on the 58 coming in just to give it a little bit of, so it'll cut through a little bit and not feel so like, a dynamic mic can sound pretty flat sounding, just lifeless. So that kind of gave it a little bit more bite to it. And I don't know, it felt pretty good that was the critiques we got back. So I don't know. We tracked the vocals yesterday and created the like structure of the song, and we also decided he showed me this band artist called Logic. Came out with an album in like 2014 or 2015. I can't think of the name of the album, but it's a concept album, and it starts off with this like long like sound designy like space theme kind of thing, and I was like, we should do that because I enjoy doing sound design too, and it would be kind of fun to like make like a minute and a half like intro track to our EP that we're working on that's like based around like spacey themes. So we created some of those elements yesterday as well. So once I get through Coop's feature, like getting at least the basic ideas down and then send him like a cut with it on there, I'll probably then jump on to Isaac's short film that I'm doing, which shouldn't be a ton of work. There's only, I think, 2 song sections that I got to work on. So, not too much on that. But once I get something for him and send that off to him, unless Coop gets something, it needs it done and has a lot of critiques on what he's liking or what not liking or whatever, I'd probably then jump back onto Lightspeed and try to get that finished. And then also like create like a that intro track as well, just for fun. And so hopefully a lot of stuff is going to get done soon. It's cold again outside, so I'm having a hard time with motivation. As an artist, I guess that's part of life, but for me, it's pretty tough. So, we'll see. I'll work on it, and hopefully at some point I'll feel better and feel motivated and excited to work on this stuff, which, I am a little excited. Anytime I start getting into the weeds of writing these songs, it feels like I'm like making some progress. And I've started doing and I probably have said this in a previous video, but I've started doing, Coop's feature is hour and 29 minutes or something like that. So I'm trying to do one song a day just to make, chip away at it. Because if I try to just be I'm going to do it all, work on it for 8 hours today, it bums me out at a certain point. Or not bums me out, but I just get overwhelmed, and then I start making choices that are cutting corners, I feel more so than putting my all on it. So it keeps me from getting too deep into certain things too. So far, all the songs have been very simple, maybe 3 instruments or so ish. And, I've thought about building it out more, but I also don't want to overthink it. I want it to kind of sound dinky. I said the Napoleon Dynamite thing. Oh, and I actually watched a little bit of Dodgeball last night, the intro track. And though it does have a Rhodes keyboard or whatever, not as dinky as I was thinking. It's full bands, but, whatever. So, yeah, I'm getting through it. I think I'm over a third of the way through his film, because there's a lot of what is the word? Where music is in the universe, playing on the speakers at a bar or at a restaurant. I'm not even gonna try to guess because I'm on camera, and let's be honest, I'm not gonna get it right. So, I think I'm definitely past 30 minutes in it. I'm pretty sure it's a little bit further than that. I just closed the session. I should have paid attention, but I don't know. Making some progress. Making music finally. Not working a lot outside of this, so I'm not making any money. I do have a commercial coming up in about a week or so. I'm speaking at some women in film thing, which is kind of funny too. That's on Saturday. Because I'm a production sound mixer, if I haven't said that in any of these videos. And, yeah, interesting for me to be speaking in front of, I assume a crowd of women. But, I don't know, I guess I'm a pretty approachable person, and I love talking about this stuff, and, I like to I'm a pretty positive person too, I feel for the most part, at least on set, and, if anybody ever has questions or wants to know more, I'm let me tell you, so maybe this will be good for me. It hasn't settled in for me yet, but I'm going to get really anxious about it, I'm sure, but whatever. Alright, I should probably go. Don't have a lot of time before I have something later tonight that I gotta go to, and I need to do some reading before going to that, so, yeah. I've also, this is gonna be kind of dumb to put this in the video, but I've decided that I'm gonna upload these to YouTube, I think. I'll probably not even really name them other than the date, maybe just to kind of make it a little bit harder to find, because I don't really want people to know that I make this stuff. I feel if I know people are watching it, it's not gonna. I'm not gonna do a very good job, and I'm gonna get really anxious about it. But if I just like upload it with today's date, and people find it and are like, hopefully this inspires people to make more music or realize that making their art is not. It doesn't have to be as unachievable as it might feel sometimes. If you just chip away at it slowly, small steps. If you do 1% a day, eventually you'll finish it. So at least that's been something I've been thinking about a lot lately. So yeah. Hello, if you're watching this. If not, I guess I don't really need to address that. All right. I'll see you guys. Bye bye.